Good morning, guys and girls, and it's Billy here from the Wood Junker, and I'm about to start another project. So I've been asked off my other half, Shelley, who's just started a YouTube channel. I'm helping her with it, I'm on it as well, and she's doing like reviews of all sorts of things, sort of food, fashion, beauty, tech, you name it. I'm helping her with that, and she needs a prop. So I'm going to make a prop that can be doubled up, as it can be used for a few things really, and the materials I'm using is 2x4 pine and 1x6 pine. I'm a bit short on the 2x4. This is all I've got left, probably about 2.5 meters of it, and I've got plenty of the 1x6. So make sure you subscribe, make sure you watch to the end, and tell me your thoughts on what I'm making, and let me know if you think it's any good. So first thing I'm going to do is this 4x2, get the basic frame made, and I need 2 strips cut at 44 centimeters. So the top is going to be roughly 50 centimeters wide, round about that. It doesn't have to be perfect for this, but I'm just going to get it as near as damn it. So I'm just going to mark off 50. So what I want to do with these bits of 4x2 now, these are, let's get the tape measure on this one, about 9.5 centimeters, about 95 mil wide. I want to rip them down to 40 mil strips. Right, so with this 1x6, 6x1 pine, I'm going to cut them to 35 centimeters. I've got a little bit of enough cut there. So 35 centimeters, and just see what I can get out of this board for now. So I'll just go with that. I just need to clean the end up on this as well. So I'm going to run all these boards here now through the table saw again at 4 centimeters, giving me a load of strips. So I should get 3 out of each one, I think. So what I want to do now is put a curve here. So I'm just using this as a template onto that corner there. I'll cut one and then use that as my template to get all 4 spot on. Just make sure you're using the top section of the wood for this and not the, the section that comes down the sides. There. But firstly, what I need to do is drill an hole, because it'll be difficult to drill an hole that way on the top with a curve. So I'm going to drill that first. So to just give me a reference, I'm just going to go sort of like that. So when I look down from the side, I know where to drill in. Right, so I'm just about to drill countersink. I'm using these Ezarc ones. I've been using these for the last, last project, and I'm using it on this. On the last project, I found them really, really good, to be honest with you. I'll leave a link in the description, guys, if you want to go and have a look at them. About time people made stuff to last. So far, so good. I'm just going to cut that excess away near enough to the line, and then I'll go back in and sand that with a belt sander or something like that. And that, apart from a bit of clean up, which I'm going to run it through like a belt sander, just to round it over a bit more and clean it up, is what you should be left with on them pieces. What I'm going to do now is marking 1 centimetre from each end here. These are all the, them strips are cut. Strike a line down. So, doesn't have to be perfect. and they're all 4 centimetres, so I should get in between 2, 6, 10, see, and then I'm just going to drill an hole, countersink hole on all of them, both sides, on all the pieces. You know, you don't have to go to all this trouble marking out and stuff, but if you're going to sell these, like I've said before, just pay attention to the detail. Don't matter how good you are at woodworking. I mean, I'm only still very much amateur myself. It's just about, if you just go with the detail, you're going to get better, aren't you? It's just like, you just are, you're just going to get better. It just goes without saying. Just make sure you mark out properly, all your measurements are right. So okay, drill bit might drift a little bit or whatever, but you know you're doing it, you know you're doing to the best of your ability at your current standard, and you know you will get better. I found an improvement in my woodworking, but from where I started, a real big improvement, and you guys will do the same. Yeah guys, I'm super impressed with them. They've cut, well, that one there, it's just been through all that. I've had no problems whatsoever. I've normally snapped one, maybe two by now, but as you can see, that's the original one out of there. I'll keep you updated on them though, guys. Right, so it's time to do the dreaded sanding on this bit. This is going to be the longest bit of the job because there's just so many of these slats, and I just want to get them nice and sanded. So let's get to it. So what I'm going to do here with this end grains, I'm just going to seal this with a bit of glue. Just got to use my finger, I can't find my spreaders, and I'm just going to leave that for a while. I'll do that on all 4. The aim here, bit of glue here. I've already pre-glued that side, and then just sort of make sure it's all put together. Don't worry guys, I know what you're all going to shout at me for using my fingers, but I've lost my spreaders. This is an handy little case, this thing here from the screw shop. I'll stick a link in the description. I don't get no kickbacks or anything like that. I just want to make sure you're getting stuff that's what I can recommend. But you get like packets, but they do all like different types of screws, that kind of thing. They are good, they are a really good company, family run company. The link's down in the description. But I've been using that. So all I'm going to do now is just fit this together here, bearing in mind that end, try to keep that the same sort of level as that top there. So I'll just get one screw in first, the longer one. Right, so that is 500 there, and bang on 500 there. Just got lucky with that. This cleaning OCD thing I've got drives me mental sometimes. I've got a spot of glue on my ruler and I'm cleaning the whole lot now. I just want to make a little few design tweaks on this just to make it a little bit better, make it stand out. Could use a combination square for that if you wanted. Just to give me a centre point, a rough centre point. And again, I've gone 4 centimetres offset from that side and that side. I have made little slight marks. So this little design tweak I'm planning here, it might work, it might not. It might look totally stupid. I'm simply going to cut them bits away. Just getting... I was going to use a router, but then I thought on about getting into this corner, it might look a bit odd. I know I can do it, so I'm just going to go over and break the edge with a bit of 80 grit, and then obviously when I hand sand everything at the end, it'll just soften it up a bit. I'm just going to break over all the edges of these while I'm at it, while I'm here. Just soften them all up. Once you start one little job, it leads on to 4 or 5, doesn't it? But it's all in the detail. So this section now, I'm just doing it by eyeball, just sort of setting it out. So what I'm trying to create is a tambour look going around there from what you seen earlier, and then like it comes down like that. I'm doing this all by eye, test my skills. You can be the judge of that at the end. Let me know what you think. One thing you will have to do with your woodworking, you're always going to make mistakes. So fixing mistakes as you go along, learning. Right, so I'm going to put add a little storage shell to this. So I'm going to go 12 centimetres up there, 120mm. I've already marked this off previously to this clip. Same there. And then these are little bits of scrap I had. And then I'm just going to mark that by my eye. They are like, honestly, guys, just, if you can afford to get one in your arsenal. I've just added a bit of glue there. I'll pop that over the top, just let it set for a bit. And then I'll actually use screws on this, I think. Right, so I want to fit a little ledge under here, and I had this piece of 1x6, well I got a couple of pieces of it, so I just want to mark that there, that corner, and sort of there, and then come back on there 4 centimetres, and it should give me a nice tight fit. I'm just cutting these sections out here. I was going to handsaw it, but I'm just going to use the jigsaw. Give me a bit more practice with that. Right, so what I'm going to do now, Danish oil, everything's going to get a couple of coats of Danish oil. So just simply, firstly I'm just doing all the undersides first. Just making sure I get it all on, and then I'll just wipe as I go, let it dry, and then come back and give it a second coat. Ideally, in an ideal world, I'd have used a foam brush for this, but I haven't got any left. I'll have to order some more. I'm just using a chip brush, which is not the ideal sort of thing to use. Just make sure you get into all the little nooks and crannies. Make sure it gets a good coat. And this way you can see some of the little flaws you can go back over to, because you're going over it with a fine tooth comb. Like there, that there needs a longer screw in that section because it's coming away, that kind of thing. Although this is for Shelley and obviously the other YouTube channel, links below if you want to go and follow. It's like a reviews channel, food, all that kind of stuff, tech, you name it. The woodworking channel won't be affected whatsoever. So that's the first coat on. And all I'll do there is just probably leave it 10 minutes so, and then just go over it and lightly wipe it, any sort of excess away, and then a second coat. I like sand with a 500 grit, then a second coat. Right, so here's it's finished. I'm going to take it inside, let you have a look at it, how it's going to be set up and used in a second. But just to give you a brief look round it, so there's an handle at the top, and I've tried to just design it a little bit differently with one on either side, sort of slanted off centre. I could have plugged them, but I can't be bothered, to be perfectly honest with you. But how cool would they look as bedside sort of tables? And like I said previously, size sofa tables, an alternative to a coffee table. That's sort of what this is going to be. You'll see in a minute what I mean. Right guys, so here it is in place. So you can see here, Shelley's going to use it in front of a sofa for, you know, showing people on the reviews and that, some of the stuff she's going to be doing. So let me think let me know in the comments what you'd use this for. It's got a nice shelf down there. So what do you think, Shelley?
Yeah, no, it's fine. Well, plenty of room. I do a lot of food reviews, so plenty of room to get 2 plates on there, or a product. And if I'm not using it, I can stick them on the shelf down there. So I can put things down there while I'm doing it. That's perfect for what I'm doing. Is it heavy? Of course you've made it, it's solid.
Yeah. You're not reviewing my product, you review, yeah, do you know what I mean?
That ain't falling apart anytime soon, but yeah, no, that's really, I can move that about. You know what? That'd make really nice bedside cabinets. We could have one either side of there. You know
Not yet, you can't. I've got loads of things to make yet.
Anything.
Yeah, well, I'm not doing anything, I don't think so.
But don't forget, everybody eats food. You like food, you like products, give my channel a follow. Buy or burn. My plug.
Right, guys, thanks for watching, and let's get on to the next video build. But I must say, although it weren't an hard build, it's one of my favourite builds, just because of the little design sort of things I've named on it, and the Danish oils finished it off perfectly. Right guys, thanks for watching, and let's see you on the next one.